Hello everyone. It's been a little bit quiet. I did actually make a video to touch base with everyone, but just didn't post it. So I just realised that recently. What is going on is still haven't had surgery. I'd been to see the surgeon for it, and he informed me that he wasn't the right surgeon and I'd need a more surgeon-y surgeon. Went and saw that surgeon, and there's like a couple of weeks each time delay. And when I got into that surgeon, he he's still sticking with the idea that it's a pheochromocytoma, which is an adrenaline-producing tumour in the adrenal glands, and apparently very rare. Right, while to get a tumour in the adrenal glands is not uncommon, to get this type is very rare. If left untreated, it can lead to things like strokes, heart attacks, and things like that because of the extra adrenaline in your body. And he's definitely going to take it out, but he wanted even more tests. So I've had, I did a post a little while back of me being basically locked in a room at the testing centre because I was radioactive, and that was the last of the PET scans. It was called a dotatate PET scan, and it attaches isotopes to radioactive material. I think that's how it works, something like that. And they attach to endocrine tumours. I don't know the results of that. I also had to do more blood tests, more urine tests, saliva tests. And unfortunately, we've been delayed because the pathologist couldn't read the doctor's handwriting. And instead of ringing the doctor to check what it was, and even though I asked her to ring the doctor and check what it was, she just guessed. And so I got a call back from the doctor's receptionist. She's brilliant. And she just asked if I'd been called back by pathology because I'd done the wrong tests, and pathology hadn't even bothered calling me back. So I had to go back and do all those pathology tests again. And so we've been delayed by about a week because one of the tests can take up to 3 weeks to get results from. That's one of the urine tests that tests all the levels of adrenaline, epinephrine, norepinephrine, cortisol. I think it's cortisol. Tests all that in the blood. I see the surgeon again on the 27th of this month, and now we don't even know if we will get those results back in time for that. He has some of the results. He's pretty keen to push forward as quickly as we can. How am I travelling? I'm tired. I'm getting really, really tired. I'm only functioning about half the time at the moment because I'm just so exhausted, because the adrenaline means you don't sleep very well. I'm perimenopausal, which means you don't sleep very well, and the two are just bouncing off each other. And there are days when the best I can do is maybe a 20-minute walk, shower, and feed myself. And that's about it. And other days is I need to get on the computer and work, just to finish off a few wonderful clients that I've got before the surgery. Because I've mentioned this before, I'm intending to take some time off for a couple of months, at least a couple of months after this surgery, just to really focus on my health, to really improve the situation. I've mentioned a few times that there's going to be some changes. Because actually having the surgery was delayed for so long, I've started making the changes now. I wanted to wait until after the surgery because I'm not allowed to do anything that will shock the system at the moment. So there's no juice cleansing, there's no big sudden changes in the diet, there's nothing like that. I can't suddenly start a heap of exercise. I've just got to be very, very gentle. But because we've had these delays, I've started making the changes, and you've probably seen some of the food. Am I going to become vegan? I don't know. I don't know at this point. The way I'm eating it's very whole foods based. You know, I hesitate to call it vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian. I don't particularly want to put labels on it. What I'm doing is a mostly whole food based diet that is inspired by a lot of vegan diet, but I'm also eating fish as long as it is ocean caught, and like super clean, that sort of thing. So no farmed fish. So I'm eating salmon and I'm eating barramundi. We've got a great fishmonger up in the next suburb who does all ocean caught, sustainable fish, and it's just beautiful. So I am eating fish a couple of times a week at the moment. Will I go over to wholly plant-based? I'm not sure. I'm taking it really slowly to make sure that I balance everything, because I've done a vegetarian diet before, and after 6 months I was exhausted. I thought I was balancing it properly. With everything I know now, I realised that I wasn't. And so that's some of the things that I'm doing. I'm in the process of losing some weight. I gained some weight during the breast cancer because of the tamoxifen that I was on, because of not being able to exercise, and throw in some emotional eating with everything. And so from my, I've lost about 3 kilos, want to get it below 80 kilos before the surgery. And then after surgery, I will have around 10 plus kilos on top of that to lose, to get me back towards the naturally fighting breast cancer, fighting weight, so to speak. So that's a process that I've started really gently as well. And I'm not massively cutting back on calories or foods or anything like that. I'm just making sure that it's all super balanced. And yeah, it's about getting through. I think the waiting is really starting to get to me, because I've had a few days where I've just experienced complete apathy. And that's not like me. I'm normally one that really struggles to stop. And even when I give myself a day off, I'm still, I'm busy doing on my day offs, whereas I have had a few days now of just absolute complete apathy. And so I think it is emotionally starting to get on top of me occasionally, is that waiting, that really crap waiting. The surgeons are of the same opinion. They're like the specialist surgeon, Professor Jonathan Seppel in Frankston. He's of the opinion too that it is most likely not cancer. About 10% chance it could still be cancer. So again, we're still waiting on that. So it's good odds. It's good odds that it's not, which is really, really good. And yeah, just getting through. I've also, which is exciting, been approved for familial genetic testing to find out whether or not I am actually carrying some genes, because if you have the right family history, that sort of genetic testing can be paid for, which is great. If you don't have the right family history, then you can opt to pay for it yourself. But I've done the questionnaires and things like that with the centre at Monash University, and I've been approved to get that paid for. So now we just need to work out what tests we want, because when that application was originally put in, it was for breast cancer and for that line of cancers. Now I've got this extra tumour. Whether it's cancer or not, it can lead to a completely different path on genetic testing, in that there's a chance I could be carrying something which, a gene or multiple genes, which just make me more susceptible to growing tumours in various parts of the body, as opposed to breast ovarian cancer. So now we're waiting on this surgery to get that done. I've got an interview with Monash University a bit later this morning, and just to go through what the health things are again. And then I think we will probably have to wait till after the surgery to get this biopsied. And that's how we're at. So just thought I'd drop a line, say hi, let you know what's going on. Won't have any more news until the 27th. If they do, for some reason, get the test results early, they will call me and get me in early, and then we will take it from there. So yeah, the only other news is, because of the location of these things, you need to go to a specialist critical care hospital, and this new surgeon has told me that I'll be in there for up to a week, because it is very, very serious surgery. So I'm planning to deal with my week by making it a face yoga week, and I'm just going in to get a facelift. That's how we're going to do with it. So if anyone happens to wander past the room in the hospital, we'll see me pulling a lot of really funny faces. So I will keep myself amused during that time. But you take care, look after yourselves, and we will talk to you soon.